Hi everyone, it's Kaz Magpie's YouTube channel. Welcome back to another video on my channel. And today I'm going to be reviewing our round 3 performance against Brisbane Lions. Now, if you're new to the channel and you're watching this for the first time, welcome. How I do this review, and for those returning Magpies, please, like and comment. Now, how I do this is I talk about the game and I talk about how I think that we went, and it's up to you guys to let me know in the comments below. Very disappointing performance by Collingwood, if I can say that right now. We had the perfect opportunity with 26 points in front in the first quarter, second quarter. We had them a little bit, and all of a sudden, the game was closer than what it had to be. And I think it's due to our lack of probably understanding on what had to be done. Big game situation. It's not. I'm angry. I'm disappointed. I'm frustrated. I was up and about the women's, but then when the guys perform like that, fucking pathetic. If I'm going to be brutally honest, I don't like it when we perform like this. I want to see us winning. I'm addicted to winning. And in basketball, I try my hardest to win a game from a team. I don't take it to heart and crack the shits when we do lose. We lost. Okay. I'll get them next time. I've always got a week next week to do it. But very, very disappointed in the way that we went about that. As well, I thought we were terrible in that second half. We allowed Brisbane to come back. We allowed Brisbane's midfield to get on top of our midfield in a way that we went about it. I just thought, the way that we could have played would have been a lot better. But no excuses. But I do have to admit that there were a fair bit of positives and negatives in that game. So I'll go through the positives and we'll take it from there. Brody Grundy. 54 hitouts. 28 disposals. Now, in hindsight, that is a good game, right? It is. But having said that, there is a but in that conversation, and that can be my dislike. But there were a couple more players that I thought that performed well. Mason Cox, thought when he kicked a couple, 2 goals, 1, that was a good hit out for him. So he gets my likes on the game. Jeremy Howe, 8 marks, 22 disposals. Jordan Rufford, 17 marks, 20 disposals. He had 100% efficiency. Now, I know Chris Mayne had 100% efficiency, kicking efficiency. I think he had about 16 or 17 disposals, or might have been in the 20s. I thought he played a good game in what he had to do. But other than that, I think that's the way that we went about it. Jamie Elliott was out. Josh Thomas, I think, kicked a couple. I think Will Hoskin-Elliott, I'm pretty sure. And I'll get the negative on those guys as well, the dislikes. But we needed to... We needed someone to step up, and we got it from Rufford, we got that from Howe, we get that from Grundy, but I think now it's just another loss that we didn't need. It's not many too much like. The only things I did like, our ball movement in the first half, I thought was good. And then our first half, our ball movement was good in the first half. Second half, I think we might have stopped a little bit. Because I think if we have a look, the second half, 4 goes 3, 5 goes 6. Now, Joe Danaher had a couple chances, missed. There was a couple others opportunities as well. I probably did not like. I don't know, it's strange for me how I can express this, because 26 points up, then the Lions came back. The dislikes were, I'm gonna have to single-handed name some players here. Brody Grundy, you had a good game, but having said that, plus 60 in the hit out. So now I know Mason Cox would have helped you out in the ruck. But mate, some of your taps, like, wouldn't you be better off grabbing the ball out of the ruck and then kicking it? And then or release it towards your teammates? At least that way you're getting your own clearance by grabbing the ball out of the ruck. I did not see that. Josh Thomas, love you, mate, but this is where you test my patience. You came on 90 seconds or 30 seconds earlier prior to a ball up bound phone. Kick went forward. What the fuck were you doing? Not being switched on enough to put some heat on and to guard yourself into space. Will Hoskin-Elliott, the same thing. The lack of pressure hurts. You did it. Josh Jacobs is another one. Now, probably fatigue got to him a little bit. But you have to fucking try. I am sick and tired, and another dislike is that we give up fucking leads. I'm fucking sick and tired of when we're 26 points in front, and when we've got a lead, we don't put teams to the sword. We don't put our foot on their throttle and belt them. Bucks has a lot to answer for. The game plan, in the way how it gets played, he is the main guy. Now, yes, the players are out there playing, and people are going to say, oh, but they tried, not their best. No, they fucking didn't. That was weak, fucking pathetic. I don't see that enough. I don't see us wanting to say, okay, Brisbane are undermanned a little bit. That Harris Andrews is their only defender. They got 2 talls in the forward line. They got an inexperienced ruckman and the centre bounce. Hitouts is the overrated stats, unless if you get your centre clearances. When are we going to fucking set up and start winning? We got to win 90% of that. It's a few times, I think maybe the centre clearances went that way, maybe. But Brisbane Lions, they didn't have not many hitouts because they had an inexperienced ruckman. So it should have been easy for Brodie Grundy to say, okay, I'm not going to palm these ball down. The clearances, I think Brisbane, might have been in front, even around the grounds. Around the grounds in ball out situations or boundary throw-ins, so they're trying to hit it to where? To no one in particular. You don't see him tapping on the left hand. You don't see him tapping, it's mainly the right hand stuff. I want to see him when he does get the hit out, is at times use it to the left hand or belt that ball over the back, into space. I just don't see enough effort. I really don't. And this is what pisses me off the most about us, because we're capable of playing good footy, but we do shit like this where it's always about the hitters. What about just grabbing the ball out of the ruck, either handballing it towards a teammate or kicking the ball forward and actually get the ball forward and actually look to give up? Max Gawn, you see when his team's down in the hitouts, we get down in clearances, the one thing that Max Gawn does do is that he works back inside 450, back in the midfield, or back in defence. Now, I don't mind that, but the way I look at hitouts, you gotta win 90%. The hitouts that you win, you gotta win 90% of the centre clearances, or 95%. You're not always gonna get 100%, right? And it's just a fact, you're not. But when the team's like inexperienced, like the Brisbane Lions were, I fucking want effort. I want to see us put Brisbane Lions to the sword. It should never been that close. Bailey Dale, right? Kick after siren, won the game. Now, should have got the free kick against Geelong, right? Got the opportunities. But we do this shit to ourselves, and then we're fucking stupid because we're relying on some of our players, and the team selection comes straight into this. Jack Madgen, at times, can't be trusted. He might get a handball, might get a kick out, whatever the case is, but he can't be always trusted in defence to make that good decision. When we're in front, I want to see us to continue on and get to 40, 50 points in front. Like back in 2018, we dominated teams. We smashed Adelaide in 2019 and 2018. So what the fuck are we doing? We put Port Adelaide to the sword. We put North Melbourne to the sword when they were outside the top 8 back in 2018. Brisbane Lions the second time, and 2019 we put them to the sword. It just fucking hurts. And we put Richmond to the sword. We put Richmond to the sword 2019 round 2 and fucking 2018 in a prelim. How the fuck are we supposed to be playing fucking football if we can't do this shit? It fucking pisses me off. I want to have success. I want to see premierships. You know what? In a way, I was happy for Richmond to have, to witness a premiership or two. Like it'd be good. At least they get to see the team win a couple times. Even now, you sort of get jealous of their success in a little bit because they've won 3 out of the last 4 grand finals. West Coast beating us in 2018. Our list hasn't changed too much on that. Talor, Stevenson, Phillips is another one. Now Phillips can play good on the wing, but he sometimes can't be trusted in his ball movement. I think that's what it is. I think some of our fans are so delusional about Talor, Stevenson, Phillips at times. And look, I love all 3 of them. I really do. Like it is good to have. But there are times where you have to make the tough decisions. And look, I was pissed off. Yeah, look, I was one of them. But now, just looking back on it, it's like, I can see where the club's coming from. It's a fucking business. I want to see us performing better as a team. I don't think that we're getting that. But this game against Giants coming up on Saturday night, which I wanted to go, I'm hoping to be there. But this is a game that we should fucking win. They're 0-3, but yet again, when we play against the Giants, they tend to have the wood over us. I think 2018 was one apiece, right? So I can accept that. 2019, they beat us twice. 2020, they beat us once. So I want, again, this is a young, inexperienced team. They've got some senior players there, but they've got fucking injuries. When are we going to go, okay, well, we know what the Giants are capable of. We're going to prepare for their best. And we're going to come out and play 4 fucking quarters to at least say, right, this is what we need to do. This is the fucking standards that I have with this team. No fucking more excuses with the way that we're playing. Now, I know I'm swearing a fair bit in this, but this is how pissed off I get with us. It is more frustrating. So, the media will give it to us on the couch, the Sunday Footy Show, you name it, Footy Classified. The first crack, David King said that we made a few mistakes. And you know what? I totally agree with him. I totally agree. Josh Thomas, the lack of effort there to chase and put pressure on, to try and intercept. Will Hoskinelli, to allow Daniel Rich to fucking get the ball and kick on his left foot from outside 50. Mate, we should know that he can kick it a long way. He can kick that a long way. And he's done this before, so we need to do our homework. Put your arm across, put some body contact into him, and at least that way, okay, you're forcing his teammates to try and have that shot. That is game over. That just costs you a goal from when you don't need to do that. Same thing, I think John Noble was in front of his opponent. Unfortunately, lost sight of his opponent, didn't have any touch, didn't have any contact with him, and then allowed Bailey Smith, or whatever his name was, that's at Brisbane Lions, to take the mark, go back and kick that goal. Now, you have to analyse the game really good when it comes to that stuff, because it's crucial. I want success. I demand that we have success. Now, I love this club dearly. I really do. But we need to see better effort. And I don't think that we see this enough consistently. This is what pisses me off. And we need to start performing at an elite level. And if we can do that against the Giants, and when I do preview this, it's going to be brutal. In a way that I'm going to do this with the Giants, because we can't afford to take any risk with them. They're a good team. They're not playing well, and I think they're going to drop away. And they have dropped away. They dropped away since 2020. We couldn't even beat them early on in the season until Jeremy Howe went down. But in a way, I think it's really poor in the way that we went about it. So now, out of 10. Do I give us a pass mark, or do I give us a 6 out of 10? Or do I say, look, do I give us a 7 out of 10? And say, right, this has to improve. There were a fair few mistakes. Now, whether or not I wanted to make this all about out of 10, I'm going to say a 6.5 out of 10. I think there was more positives. The half one was, okay, you know, at least some of our players stood up when we had to stand up. But there are times now where we need to keep going. So I'll let you guys decide that. I'm just passionate about my team. I'm passionate about my boys, even my girls, my women's team I went and watched on Saturday. I'm passionate about, because I see, and I'm a little bit less hard on the girls than I am with the guys. But I don't see us, that was a close game, that was a close loss. I see that as more, well, you know what, where was this in the first quarter? You need to play 4 quarters of footy. Now, yeah, look, I know you're not going to be up there all the time. But my frustration with this group, and with some of our supporters in our Collingwood groups on Facebook, is that it's always about, oh, you know what, stop criticising Bucks and our players. Win, lose, you stick by us. Otherwise, you're not a really good supporter. That sort of crap. You know what? Go fuck yourselves. Go fuck yourselves. That's not... And that just shows me that you're not prepared to criticise and let us have an opinion. Now, you can disagree with our opinions, fine. But when we start questioning whether or not it's coaches, or whether or not it's the players that are out there and the game plan. Now, what happens during the week? I would not have got rid of Anthony Walker, to be honest. I think we needed someone there like a ruck coach. I think we got Mark Jamie, but yeah, he came from Melbourne, and that's not a success. So it does pisses me off a little bit with that as well. Look, guys, that's been my review. I do apologise if I do swear too much. I just getting sick and tired that it was a good game. Yeah, it was, but to be honest, we should have this one at bloody half time, mate, and continue to play 4 quarters. We don't often see that. We're not putting teams to the sword. We're not putting our foot on the throttle and keeping it there, and that's what pisses me off the most. So, until next time, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your neighbours. As always, go the Pies. I'm going to be doing the AFLW review, and we'll take it from there. Alright, bye everyone.